What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the JR Wisdom channel. I'd like to thank all you guys for tuning in, new and old subscribers. If you're just now clicking on my channel or my videos, make sure you guys go ahead and hit that subscribe button along with the bell. That way you receive all the notifications for all my future videos and live streams. Well, tonight's topic I'm going to be talking about is not really anything different. If you guys have been following me, I normally talk about, these rogue pastors and preachers, but tonight with this one is going to be a little different, and not to say I normally bash them or anything, but I just talk about, some of the things that many people either they do acknowledge it or they just turn a blind eye to it. In the case of this gentleman, I look at this a little different. This pastor, and the reason why I'm doing this video, obviously, someone actually mentioned in one of my live streams, they asked for my opinion on it, so I figured I hadn't even heard about this, but I figured I'd go ahead and get my opinion on it. This gentleman, his name is Fred Price, or Pastor Fred Price Jr. His father was a pastor before him, and in reference to his situation, it's a little different than what normally happens in these stories that we hear about, which I've done videos in the past. As you know, or you may not know, he was a pastor for Crenshaw Christian Center in Inglewood, California. His father founded it, and his father obviously goes by the same name, back in 1973 with only 300 members, and it's since grown to 28,000 members in the congregation, and I believe they have a sister church, or if that's what you want to call it, in New York as well. So he took over for his father, March 15, 2009, either whether you say he was called on by the Lord or he was called on by his father to, to pastorship or to preach. That's neither here nor there. He's the pastor of the church since 2009, about, 8 years now. So, obviously this has become a mega church, and he has a huge following and things like that. But in light of recent events, which I guess caught some people off guard, this comes upon, I guess, after him announcing that he was going to be on a sabbatical, I believe, for 90 days, upward to 6 months. He spoke to the congregation with his wife recently, basically saying that he would be resigning as far as the pastor for this church. And he basically said that it was due to personal misjudgments. He felt that he betrayed God, his family, and his church. And what makes this different, I guess, is because the fact that he did resign, because in a lot of these stories that I talk about, the pastors just don't resign. They don't even admit till they either get caught or someone brings it to light, and they'll say that they did wrong, but they won't resign. And I've done stories from you guys can check out. I'll probably link it in the description where you guys can check those videos out. Well, there's no real accountability other than the fact, or someone will flat out deny and say that these people are lying on me, but their actions afterwards show otherwise. So this gentleman here, Fred Price Jr., he got up, very emotional. I had the video. If you guys haven't seen it, you can see the link. The link is in the description for the YouTube video, where he's very emotional, and he had his wife by his side right there, supporting him, the first lady, whatever you want to call it, while he's telling the church that he betrayed them, he betrayed God, he betrayed his family, obviously he betrayed his wife. And the people were kind of emotional. You can hear them, the fact that he's admitting this to them, and they're kind of like sad that he's resigning. And what I also find is that he will still be attending church every Sunday, is what he was saying. That I will still be attending church. You guys will still see me while I'm, getting things together. Hopefully you guys can forgive me. And he basically, I wouldn't say took his lick, but basically admitted his faults without saying which obviously by not saying what it is, and you know how people talk in church, there's going to be speculation, and there still is speculation because people want to know so bad what it is that he did. And I'm pretty sure there's a few people who do know because people do gossip, but they kept it under wraps as far as, which is, I guess, very good as far as this church not getting out to the public what it is that he did. But I'm pretty sure it's going to come out eventually. So people are going to talk. So people are going to want some money. You know, you got, you know, this millionaire. He's pretty much a millionaire running this church here. Somebody's going to want to get their palms greased, or they're going to talk. So it's going to come out eventually. But whether this was at the urging of his wife or his father for him to step down, who knows? That's more speculation. But the fact of the matter is, he either took good counsel from them and looked at it, whether he did or didn't want to do it, and he stepped down and admitted that he was wrong instead of just saying, no, I'm not going to step down. Like a lot of these other pastors say, God is going to remove me because God put me in this place. You know, God put me in to be the pastor of this church. So only God would be able to strike me down from this. As you guys may have heard other pastors say these same things. You know, God has to remove me. But kudos to him for taking accountability, unlike other pastors in the past who get caught up in scandals and things like that. And he had his wife standing beside him, supporting him. And who knows what's going to happen from there. But, you know, they say love conquers all and anything changes with prayer, you know. But people are still going to talk. But I guess in his church, the church was so tight that whenever they are approached by the media, they basically say that they don't know. And it goes back to that, I guess, what some churches live by is do not touch my anointed. In the case of this pastor or apostle, whatever, he is God's anointed, you know, and he is not to be gossiped about by anyone of the church. But me, I have no problem talking about, even though I don't have anything negative to say about this guy, I have no problem. People would say the same thing when I make videos about these pastors. How dare you talk about the anointed? How dare you touch my anointed? I'm not a parishioner of your church, and I'm not a person of the church. You know, and if there is some shady business going on and some side deals being, you know, pimping girls and, you know, all this other lewd and lascivious acts that's going on, you know, in the church, and people being paid off and bribed and pastors running amok, yeah, I will speak on that, you know. But in the end, with this whole situation with you know, Fred Price Jr., whether he had to humble himself at the end of the day, because he could have chose not to resign, or maybe who knows how much power his father has in this at the end of the day, but he humbled himself, you know, before his congregation, and he humbled himself, I guess, in a matter before God. And many people say, just as, you know, Jesus said in the Bible, you know, he who humbles himself will be exalted, and he who exalts himself will be humbled. And as we've seen, a lot of these pastors have been humbled, who exalted themselves and fell victim to their own pride and felt that they couldn't be touched, or that they were above reproach, which no man is above reproach. This man, you know, based off what he's saying, like I said, there's speculation. It could be anything he could have done, you know, adultery, but it had to be something unbecoming of this man for him to resign as a pastor, which he compromised himself as being a leader of his flock at the end of the day. So, like I said, kudos to him for taking responsibility, you know, for his actions, you know, and hopefully he can learn from this experience. He's saying, you know, I guess in his video, one day he'll raise back up to be a pastor. If that's in the cards, you know, it is what it is. So, we'll see. We'll see what comes out. But, you guys go ahead and like, share, comment, and subscribe. Share this video if you think it'll be a benefit of anyone. Add me on social media. The links is in the description. Check out my Amazon profile as well. The link is there. If you got any questions, feel free to email me or any topics you'd like me to discuss as well. And throw a couple coins in the well of wisdom. The link is there as well. And remember, anything lost can be found again except for time wasted. A vision without action is merely a dream. Peace be upon you all and the mercy and blessings of the Almighty. And I will definitely see you guys on the next video or live stream. I'll see you guys then. Peace.